What's going on, guys? Got another pointless vlog for you. Today we're going to figure out what in the actual hell is wrong with my blue Ford. I actually have three Fords right now. 2 of them are broke. I did have 3 Fords, but 3 of them broke. It's a Ford. Just get you a Chevy, ball. So I've got what I believe is a wheel bearing going out on the blue Ford. Getting some vibration in the wheel, started getting louder, just sounded like a bearing. The transmission went in the Bronco, I think. Apparently there's issues with the range sensors on those, pretty common. And then also third brake light wiring, for whatever reason, can make the transmission do weird. So like, even though it was kind of like making that kind of sound, we're gonna hope and pray that it's just an electrical issue. The pump in the trans, I knew it was going bad. It's been groaning since I bought the truck, but I mean, it's a $1,500 Bronco, so like. And then my EcoBoost was just throwing some boost codes, but took care of that, fixed that. So she's good to go, but I really am missing my baby, Big Blue. But anyways, enough of that crybaby bullshit. Let's go start moving some vehicles. There she is, ball. Man, I haven't started this truck in so long. Ooh. Oh, remote start, buddy. Woo! Oh yeah. So this hub is for sure. So anyways, once you get the front end up, what you're looking for is play in the suspension or the steering left to right. It's got a little bit, but when you wiggle them up and down, see that? That bearing is toast. I know it's not that the wheel's loose because the brake rotor is moving with it. This side, a little bit of play left to right. Sounds like a leaf stuck in there. But no play up and down. So this hub is fine. It's just the passenger side. Well, anyways, here she is. One of the other reasons that I needed to come over here is because all my tools are in there. So I can't change that hub bearing even if I wanted to. But basically we're here to check third brake light wiring and see if there's some type of issue with it. Luckily this doodad was sitting in the passenger seat, so everything I was reading though said that it's only if the bulb is burnt out for some reason that it causes it, which would make sense because if you take the top off, then obviously you don't have a third brake light. So those other bulbs are on and they're hot. Oh. Well, it's like she got hot. Screw it. Leave the bulb out, see what it does. Now it's time to see if this bastard will start. Fires like a champ. Let's see if she even goes into reverse. Stuck in second gear. Check engine. Finally. Okay, so we're actually throwing a code. That's good. I needed that. Pop out and go get my code reader. Okay. I don't know who put the OBD2 port way across the dashboard in these, but to that guy, screw you. Read codes. P1742. Torque converter clutch solenoid circuit fail. I did a little more testing, moving some bulbs around, pulling bulbs, cleared the code. It set the code again, so I'm pretty sure that I just need to replace the shift solenoid, change the fluid. It appears as though the actual hard parts in the tranny are fine, because once it does shift, it shifts fine. So, you know, the solenoid pack and some fluid will be a good place to start. So I gotta dig my tools out of the back and put them in the EcoBoost, and then go figure out how much it's gonna cost to buy a wheel bearing. Oh, I gotta get my fat ass back to the gym. Can't I find a box? Oh, I'm a dumbass. I have a nice heavy box. Our new hub came in. I'm assuming if any of you are watching this, you probably already know, but never leave your caliper hanging by the hose. You hear that? It's 13 millimeter on this little guy. Of course. Oh, it's always something with this truck, I swear. The IWE is cracked on this side. Oh, yeah. Gross. Disgusting. Usually I have tunes going, so I'm trying to entertain myself. I also had to get some adult beverage. That's what's coming out of my IWE. Looks like a black book. Ow. Oh. And that's when I lost it. Midnight and lost it. Damn, I am exhausted. What the hell is this all for? Oh. One of the biggest issues with stuff like this that you'll have is actually over greasing stuff. Primary reason for that is grease hangs on to dirt. It basically just makes like wet sandpaper after enough particulates get into it. Since this IWE is anyways, and I'm gonna have to go right back in here, I'm not worried about having too much grease. However, never leave grease running over on a mating surface. So, like these threads here that I just globbed up, you know, just get all that shit off of there, especially off the mating surface right there. Common sense shit. These bolts are supposed to be one-time use, originally as per Ford. However, their other solution is medium strength blue Loctite, which I didn't have any of, obviously, to buy some. I had the red stuff, it didn't have any blue, and you don't want to like put a huge amount of that stuff on there. Also, if you're working in dirt, clean that bolt off before you try to run it back through, okay? The lube, the little needle bearings in here. Don't need to like grease the crap out of it, but just a little bit goes a long way with stuff like this. Highway to the danger zone. It's bad whenever that's already tighter and haven't even put the bolts in yet. I would check torque on this like after 50 miles, and I'm going to. Because this is the reason why I say that is for the same reason why Ford only wants you to use these bolts once. It's kind of like the lower strut bolts. Technically only one-time use because they're some type of soft-ish alloy, so they're not brittle, so they don't break off easily, which is a good thing. Problem is they tend to stretch when you torque them, so that's why they recommend to replace them. But as long as they thread smooth, use the Loctite. I would check torque again, like I said, 50, 100 miles, something like that. You know, just like you do with your tires, or are supposed to. Wheels, you're not torquing your tires down. All these parts that I've not replaced on this truck, I'm pretty sure are entirely factory, which means they're approximately really old. And just like your tires, you're gonna go in a crisscross pattern. There's ever been a brake fluid leak. Damn, son. Jalapeno in the Doritos. Well, it was kind of pointless for me to stop and Google the torque spec because I was right, which sucks because I can barely pull 150 standing up right now, but I got to do it in here. That was like 147. That's good. I am the torque wrench. Still have one missing. Oh, don't be that way. It's the cat for this shit. Need some adult beverage. Apparently that's a later me problem because I'm ready to see if this is gonna work. Huh. Board broke. Apparently that was its last time picking up the Ford. Just a good old boy. I guess I better put my belt on just in case I did fuck this up somehow. Oh yeah. It's time for an oil change though. So anyways, if you're trying to figure out if yours was actually bad, first of all, if the grease looks like this, it's... See that? That's how much play is in the bearing races down inside of there. If your seal just pops out like that, it's also a bad sign, but you can see it a little better there. I'm not speaking on truck wheel bearings. I don't know that much. What I do know though is roller bearings in the quarries, it doesn't take much once the grease looks like this and you got that amount of play before one of the races lets go, and at that point, or not even necessarily the races, but the rollers lets go. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you did. Leave me a fat thumbs up, and I will catch you guys in the next one.